Can you explain the importance of including legal services when it comes to wraparound services in a nonprofit like Towards Employment?
But it's the piece I think it's value added because it ensures that the person is not pulled back into the legal system. And usually when they are, it's hard to navigate to get back out. And what happens is if you don't have the legal component, then you do all that work up front and they get into that employment engagement, and whatever unresolved legal issue still exists is likely going to drag them back into the legal system. And then that impacts their employment because all of a sudden the employer's like, maybe the employee has to request a morning off to go to court, or potentially they could have an outstanding warrant and they maybe are on public transportation, and their name gets run and all of a sudden they get arrested. And so they don't show up to work that day. The employer's like, well, what happened to them? And so what we find is if we can do all those upfront soft skills, training, coaching, supporting, and then the back end, provide those legal services, helping individuals identify what are those legal barriers to employment, but not just to employment, but also maintaining employment and also in advancing in employment. If we can address those legal barriers before they really get started in the workplace, or if they need to get started in the workplace, and a lot of times they do, then we can inform the employer, like, listen, we've recognized, identified this legal issue. It's going to have to be addressed. So there will be a court date or two in the near future, within the next 90 days. We want you to know that before you make an employment decision regarding this person. If you're okay with that, you hire them knowing that they're going to have those 1 or 2 days or mornings that will need them to be in court. And employers, again, as long as they know in advance, they're usually willing to work with the employer. Also, the employer knows that, hey, Towards Employment has a dedicated legal staff that is going to support and navigate them through this. So, it's going to likely be a good outcome.